That's a very, very deep topic that we can take a deep dive into. But before I get into my topic, body and soul, let me share with you what freedom means to you or to me. All the 5 needs that we need to understand in order to recognize what freedom really is I've taken this theory and rehash it a bit to address what freedom really means to all of us. It's not a matter of the degrees or the matter of experience, but a matter of survival that we have to go through in this world. If you look at the bottom psychological needs, you look at water, food, shelter, sleep, clothing, and reproduction. Water, food, clothing, not an issue because you have them. But shelter in the psychological need. Shelter is a tough one. A place to call home. That's heavy in Canada. There is rental that one has to pay. You may have the money now, but your credit card will deplete using its money. And it has its limits. And there are always limits that one can take that will define your freedom too. And these limits have to always be repaid. It never ends. It becomes a vicious economic cycle. When this cycle begins, it begins with struggle. And the question you have to ask yourself is, how fast can I get myself out of that quickly? And the real answer is work. So now with work, this becomes what we call an economic enslavement to an invisible hand of the economic god. Safety is also a very important thing. And with money depleting very, very quickly from your credit cards or paying whatever you need to survive, to keep your freedom and creature comforts going, as the credit card balance depletes, anxiety creeps in. What happens to your personal safety? It begins to wane because your pillars of self-confidence begin to shake. And when it shakes at the very core. Now, tell me if money does not buy you your freedom. With no money, no job, cannot pay your rent, what options do you have? For me, my immediate recourse here would to get the quickest employment I can secure and to ensure that my basic creature comforts are met to keep some dignity of my human side. Next starts the saving plans. Again, looking at the second need here, how you save your resources. Now, for the next 5 years, in order for you to secure that freedom, you need to build the resources you need to save. And you do that from the day one you get your job. Putting 30% aside in a piggy bank that says fund for a car, fund for a house, fund for retirement. You have to do that. If you don't do that in Canada as a new immigrant, you're going to have a lot of issues at some point in time because your freedom will be cut short and curtailed in many different ways. Okay? So you have to think long term of how you want to achieve the freedom you want to have. And while you are chasing all this, while you're chasing your psychological needs, your safety needs, your health will also diminish because while you are working real hard, you are investing. Okay? You're investing very hard and you're working very hard and you're picking your investment to do a lot of homework. You need to do a lot of homework. So you need to find a way to belong. And belonging really depends on you as an individual because people make it difficult. People will bring you down. People will say things down about you. It makes you difficult. And then you have no more self-esteem. But then when you have money, your self-esteem comes back. And this is where freedom lies. So in conclusion, I'm going to say this. Freedom exists only in our minds for what we desire. Other than that, it's all pain, struggle, and suffering. That's freedom.